Happy Hockey Day, Tiger fans. Here we go for game number 2 of these Rocky Mountain Hockey Federation League Championships. This time a match against the Lafayette Locomotives, a rematch of the game from last Saturday, so not even a week separating the last time these two teams met. For those that weren't watching, that ended in a 3-3 tie, but your Tigers took a 3-1 lead into the final minute of the game. Couple of penalties. Lafayette was able to take advantage. So these boys hungry to redeem themselves and come away with the win. Lafayette played Arvada so far in this tournament, did come away with a 4-2 victory against them. We'll face that squad tomorrow, but first let's take care of business tonight. I didn't give an injury report this morning. Jared and Teague were out. Jared is back this evening. He's been battling the crud that's going around, but after getting some more rest and hydration, he is back. Teague, I'm told, will be back tomorrow. He has a toe injury suffered at our dryland workouts a while back, but sounds like he'll be taped up and ready to go here tomorrow. But for tonight, he should be the only one missing. Warm-ups are done. The boys will pick up the pucks. They'll head to the bench, and we'll get this game underway. It's going to be Jalen in net for this game. Starting out this match, it looks like it's going to be Easton in at center. Colton will be out on wing. He's going to be joined by Hunter. Back on defense, it'll be Josh and Marshall. That is Colton on the far side wing, Hunter here on your near side, Marshall on your near side D, Josh on the far side D. And here we are underway. Lafayette steps to that first faceoff and is able to gain the zone, but these boys pressuring. Steering into the near side boards is Hunter. Able to come away with it is Easton. Easton going to take it across the blue line. He gets it deep into the corner, tries to twist it. No Tigers there to get it, but jammed in deep by Hunter, who joined the action. Hunter and Easton working. Easton heads toward the front of the net as Marshall pounds that back into the zone, rimmed around. Colton can't get to it, and Lafayette able to lift it out and down the ice. Colton will gather the puck up there, backhands it up towards center ice. Can't hit Hunter, who overskates it, but Easton gets it, dumps it, and he'll go for a change, as did Colton. Miles comes on to join the action, and he pressures, able to get the puck into his skates there. Swept into the zone. Henry comes in and picks up the pressure. Centering pass there for Brody, who was in the crease. Puck below the goal line. Henry has it, brings it to the near side corner. He's going to backhand it, but doesn't get it back. Now Lafayette will help out by rimming it all the way around and get it as far as center ice, where Cruin gets it and turns it back towards the Tiger zone. So puck possession in favor of the Tigers so far early in this match. This is Steven now gaining the zone for the Tigers, but knocked off his stick. Brody makes the contact there. Puck comes near side. This is Pieman making putting on the pressure so that Cruin could get the puck. Cruin sends it rink wide. Lafayette able to get the bounce there and send it in wide near side. Preston on at wing along with Brody, and Pieman lost his stick. Does look like a broken stick for Pieman, so Dad's gonna have to sell some more soda to replace that one. Steven will be your center. He's going to be joined by AJ at the wing. Jared here making his first appearance on the near side defense. I believe that's Tate on the defense in front of the net. Trying to figure out our other wing. It might be Preston, but we'll verify. As that puck is one to the side, and it is in fact Preston coming up ice. He taps it over to AJ, who gains the zone with some speed. AJ takes a shot and right into that glove for the Lafayette goalie. Doesn't look like the same goalie, as the other goalie was opposite-handed, but the glove works for both of them nonetheless. 13:53 in this first period. Tigers have looked good so far. Steven set to take the face-off with AJ in front of the net, Preston on the far side. Jared back on defense with Tate. Puck stays where it's at. A bunch of boys go in to get it. Nobody able to come away with it. Finally does come away on Preston's stick. He shoots wide near side. AJ goes to the boards to get it. Lafayette able to lift his stick. Puck goes up and now finally out of the zone to the other end. Tate able to get to that puck. He reverses direction and able to lift the puck to Preston. Preston backhands it up and out of the zone. Lafayette gathers and works in the neutral zone. Missing on the puck there. Now Tate able to pick it up in the Tigers zone. He backhands where AJ's able to gather the puck, and he'll head it into the zone as a couple of Tigers defensemen and a forward go for a change. Puck off his stick. Marshall able to get it and dump it into the zone for the Tigers as AJ goes for a change. Jack in at wing with Easton at center. Easton pressuring the puck carrier below the goal line, who reversed, brought it near side. He loses the puck and shot up into Gavin, who has an opportunity. That goes into the goalie's shoulder and up into the netting behind. You like to see Gavin just take the shot there maybe instead of the drag, but he maybe didn't think he had the puck settled enough to do so. Either way, good opportunity created by a forecheck by your Tigers. 12:52 in this first period. We'll have a face-off in the Tigers' offensive zone. Easton set to take the drop with Gavin to his right, Jack to his left. Marshall back on defense with Josh, as Gavin goes and works on that far side. Jack picks up the pressure below the goal line. Lafayette able to work it up the near side boards, and they're all alone in the corner, but he does take it below the goal line where he finds some pressure. He's able to create some space, comes to the blue line. Now working it up the boards is number 64 for Lafayette. Gets the shot, and that does beat Jalen. Finds its way to the far side, and that'll make it 1-0 for this Lafayette squad. If they can get that player shut down, it'll give them a lot better chance. Out to get it back. It's going to be Colton on the wing with Hunter on the far side. In its center is Henry. Back on defense is our friend the Pie Man. And Cruin on the far side D, as Lafayette able to send that into the zone. A little bit of a mix-up, but the Tigers able to come away with it. This is Cruin skating. He decides to reverse course, trying to create some space, sends it up and off the stick of Hunter. Lafayette sends that down, but that will go for an icing. They say no. Back judge said no, back judge said yes, front judge said no. Either way, we play on. Puck is in the zone. Cruin has it on his stick, tries to jam it up the boards. Lafayette has it and just sends that weak. That one almost found its way through Jalen. Need him to wake up a little bit here early in this game. That one just twisted through his 5-hole, luckily squirted out this near side. So Jared going back to collect the puck below the Tigers' goal line. He gets some pressure. This is Steven picking it up and going the other direction. Miles is on the ice with Brody as Steven chips that into the Tigers' zone. They're going to have to go get it. Rimming it around are the Locomotives. Tate jams that back in. Tiger took some contact low. He hops back up, and that does go for an icing. 10:59 in this first period. It is 0-1 in favor of the Locomotives. On the ice for the Tigers, it is Miles on the far side wing, Brody in front of the net. Easton's going to take the drop with Jared back on defense, near side, Tate on the far side. Puck is twisted to the far boards. Miles skates in, pressuring there. This is Brody, tries to get the backhand attempt. Can't get it on net, does steer wide to the near corner. Working at center ice, Jared swats it in. Lafayette able to collect, and they'll skate backwards to buy some space. The pressure from Brody works. He makes the pass to Miles, can't connect. Backdoor was there. Good opportunity for the Tigers. If they keep this forecheck up, that's where the opportunity is coming. Brody makes contact, but the Lafayette player able to maintain possession. He throws it up off the boards, and that will go for another icing. 10:20 in this first period. Your Tigers trying to battle from behind, 0-1. It's going to be Marshall back on the blue line with Josh to his left, taking this face-off. Looks to be Henry. We've got Preston and AJ as your wings. Preston in front of the net, AJ on the far side. AJ skates in, able to get the puck, twists it toward Preston in front and cannot connect there. Again, a quality chance created. Puck now below the goal line. Preston works from behind. Henry's going to put on the pressure. Locomotive reverses course. Lafayette looking for that patented stretch pass. They do come up the near side. Able to touch is Lafayette, so the breakout works there. But Josh skates below the goal line, pesters. Lafayette able to come away with it. Locomotive loses skates. He pops right back up. Marshall trying to work that out of the corner with Henry's help. Henry scoots it to the far side corner, but only that far. Centering attempt here for Lafayette. Marshall able to scoop it out to the far side boards. AJ will tap that up to Henry. Henry working to gain the zone. The back check of the Lafayette player works, but then he loses his skates, so AJ twists that in front of the net. Jack onto the ice for the Tigers, working below the goal line. He's pinched off the play. Puck loose in the corner. Lafayette coming up ice with it. AJ cuts him off there. He lifts it far side. Knocked down at center ice by Jack and now sent to the other end. They say no icing here as Kroon will go get it below the Tigers' goal line, taps it across to Jack, to Pieman, who sends it to the far side. This is Gavin now looking at what he'll do to try and get it out of the Tigers' end of the ice. Puck poked there to Pieman, who brings it up as far as center ice, sends it off the near boards. Jack has it now. Steven battling on these near boards. Lafayette comes away with it, but Steven not going to let him have it uncontested. Jack able to knock it off the puck carrier's stick and able to hold this blue line or not is Pieman. So with 8:36 in this first period, coach going to send out Easton at center, Hunter and Colton as your wings. Back on defense, it's going to be Tate and Jared. Puck is in the zone for the Tigers, but then scooped out. Having to regain is Colton. He gets it in, but onto the stick of a Lafayette player. That goes into the ref. Puck knocked off the stick there at the blue line and twisted back out to center ice, just dumped back in by the Locomotives. Jared's going to go get it, taps it across to Tate. Tate sends it back to that far side corner where Jared's going to get it off the boards, taps it up to Hunter, and Hunter's able to get that to center ice. He tries to push it to center. Colton not able to get there before the Lafayette player, but the pressure there works onto Colton's stick. Colton takes a shot and misses wide near side. Puck comes up this near side boards. Tate gets beat, but Colton's back check is effective. He's able to knock the puck off, and now will go pick up the puck, chips it up the boards to Easton, and goes for a change. Puck is on these near side boards. Miles fresh onto the ice, able to slow the puck carrier briefly, and that was a shot to the head. They did get it, and so your Tigers are going to go on the power play at 7:25 in this first period. Got to keep those elbows down. Anything to the head is going to get called. So your Tigers with the power play opportunity here at 7:25 in this first period, down 1-0. They could use this one to equalize. That's Steven able to get the face-off. The Lafayette goalie is going to cover that up, and we'll try again. It's Josh and Henry back on the blue line. It is Easton, Steven, and Brody out on the power play. Puck is sent up out those far boards. Easton able to carry it back in deep, gets it to Brody. Brody back to Easton. Easton sends it into traffic, but not through. Now Steven working below the goal line. Steven has space. He makes the pass to Easton. Easton dumps it into the far corner where Steven's going to try and do it again below the goal line. Brody steps in to help out with that pressure below the goal line and try and peel the puck out to create some opportunities on this man advantage for your Tigers. Lafayette able to send that up and out. They had the man streaking, but Josh able to cut off that pass, and he sends a shot high of the net. Good hard shot, just got to dial that one down a little bit. This is Steven and Brody taking each other out in the corner. Now Easton joining the action and does come away with it, taps it back to Steven. Tapped off his stick, but Steven will go get it below the goal line. Centering pass almost takes a funny bounce into the back of the net there, just does squirt past this near side. And we're going to have a penalty on the Tigers. This will go against Steven with 6:17 in this first period. So it'll be 4-on-4 hockey for 52 seconds, and then Lafayette will head to the power play. On the 4-on-4, it's going to be Colton, AJ, Pieman, and Cruin. Colton twists that back. Pieman goes and gets it, and he's going to rim it around far side, trying to get it out of the zone, but can't. Puck gets through. Jalen sticks that high behind. Wraparound attempt does not work. Jalen covers that up with 6:05 in this first period. 40 seconds on the initial penalty to Lafayette. And then they'll be on the power play for 1:08. Puck stays where it's at. AJ kicks it forward, but Lafayette sends it into the corner. Colton goes and gets it. Working below the goal line, he loses the puck briefly. Does jam it up where AJ is going to now have to go to work. Scratch that. That was Cruin going to work over there. Pieman does get it below the goal line. He tries to lift it up and out. The Lafayette player leaves his feet to glove it down. Colton now working in the corner. And the Tigers just not able to find a path to get the puck out of the zone here. Does finally find its way to Colton's stick, and he'll gain the zone. Colton taps that toward Cruin, but Cruin can't quite handle the bouncy puck, and so Lafayette sends that in on net. Jalen able to send that into the corner, and now Lafayette on the power play, just under a minute left for their man advantage. This is Hunter working in the zone to try and prevent the Lafayette squad from getting all the way to the other end, and so far doing a pretty darn good job of it. He sweeps that on net. So able to keep the puck all the way on the other end is Hunter. You don't necessarily love that he twisted it here, but it's onto the stick of Jared, who's going to throw it back to the other end for your Tigers. And with 30 seconds left on the penalty kill, we've got Jared out there with Marshall and Easton. This is the all-star lifting his stick. Lafayette does have the puck below the goal line here, able to get it across. They take the shot, and that does go up off Jalen's blocker and into the net, top of the net, to make it 2-0. The man advantage works for a squad that I'm told is the best on that man advantage in this state by not a little bit. So with 4:29 in this first period, your Tigers have some work to do. It's going to be Miles on the near side wing for this faceoff. Henry will take the drop. He's got Brody on the far side. Tate's going to be on defense with Pieman. That's Brody on the far side. He does work it up the boards. He's jamming at it. He's got the help of Henry. Henry does come away with the puck and now gains the zone. He'll take the shot, gloved down, rebound left, but eventually covered up by the Lafayette goalie. It's an easy one to say, right? It'll be Brody in front of the net for this faceoff. Miles out by the boards as Henry takes the drop. Tate on the near side D. Pie man on the far side D, and he's got the puck coming right at him. Lafayette lifts it down the ice. They're going to say no icing. They'll twist that to the center, but into the skates of a Tiger player. This is Brody now working up the far side boards, makes across a pass to Miles, who gains the zone for the Tigers. He tries to get a backhand pass through traffic, can't do it. Jack steps up and able to jam that into the corner where Brody tries to pressure. Lafayette able to send it around to the far side. Miles not content to let the puck leave the zone. He holds it along the boards. Steven joins that action. Puck does find its way out, but jammed back in by one of the Tigers' squad. Steven able to get it back in the zone. Pestering the puck carrier is Steven. He turns it up ice looking for the cross ice pass. Finds it. This is Jack fresh onto the ice for your Tigers, carrying it across. He takes a bit of a high hit but was clean. Hit him in the shoulders. He's got to skate a little bit lower to maintain his feet there as Lafayette gains the zone but into traffic. Able to get it across. Jalen able to sprawl to cover that backdoor tap in. Puck finds its way onto the back of the net, and we'll call that dead with 2:46 in the first period. Net had come off. Coach will send out a fresh 3 up front. Looks like it's going to be AJ, Easton, and Preston as your forwards. Your defensemen are Josh and Cruin. Lafayette able to win that back clean, go D-to-D pass, send it in. That puck goes wide near side. Twisting it back just to get it out of the zone is Easton, and this is AJ with speed. Could have been a bit of an interference there, but they're going to let it go as the player did not have any intention of playing the puck, but we will get the face-off in the zone. Be Preston in front of the net, AJ outside on the boards. Lafayette does send it up near side. AJ gets it, trying to kick it up to his stick. He turns, trying to settle a puck that was up by his shoulders. Preston steps in to help out. AJ pulls it, but a little bit too hard. Easton able to settle it down, and that's going to be sticked up into the netting in the corner by the Locomotive goalie. 2:05 in this first period. Your Tigers in a two-goal hole, 0-2. It's going to be Henry taking the face-off with Hunter on his far side wing, Colton near side, Marshall back on defense with Tate. Lafayette has the puck below the goal line, pressured, but do get it up near side, taking the contact. Hunter tries to settle it and knocked out of the zone by the Locomotive squad. Jax gets it out of the Tigers zone onto the stick of Colton, who's working to gain the zone, does twist it to nobody, the opposite side. Marshall steps up to it, gets the shot on net, popped up and into the glove of the Locomotive goalie with 1:40 in the first period. No time to hang our heads here. These boys got to keep working. We know that things can change quick in a hockey game, especially against this team. Let's see if we can do to them what they did to us. A little bit of a come from behind. Puck is one to the boards to Colton. Colton sends it back to Marshall. They say Marshall did not hold the blue line. And so an offsides face-off. Puck jammed in. Colton collects it. He takes a shot through traffic, and that makes it 1-2. Colton beating the goalie gloves side high. Your Tigers are right back in this thing with 1:29 in the first period. 1-2 affair. Likely going to go down unassisted on that goal, as it was a bunch of traffic getting it into the zone. I think eventually jammed back by Lafayette, where Colton skated in, took it to the center of the ice, fired it across the goalie and into the net. Miles is your near side wing with Steven taking the face-off. I believe that's going to be Brody on the far side wing with Tate on defense, joined by Jared. Puck drop stays where it's at. Miles able to come away with it and gain the zone for your Tigers. He sends it at the net but misses wide far side. Puck comes up the boards. Working to hold the zone is Steven. Puck does come out of the zone. Tate's there. He's going to steer the puck carrier off the puck. Miles picks up the second effort, pressured, and now Steven's turn to try and do some work. That comes back to the blue line for the Locomotives. That puck sent up high and below the goal line. Jared gets there, but puck comes up funny. Squirted out the near side. Trying to reverse course was Lafayette, but didn't work. A couple of Tigers waiting for him. Tate taps it towards center ice, and nobody able to gather the puck until finally about the third Locomotive able to skate through and gather it. I think 5 Tigers missed on it, 2 Locomotives did. Eventually, pucks does stay in the zone as we count to 34 seconds in this period. Shot gets through. Rebound left. This is Miles having to work. Jammed back in deep by Lafayette. Twisted to the side of the cage. It's stuck on the side of the net, so 20 seconds left in this first period. That puck gets stuck on the side of the cage. He'll blow it dead. We'll get a face-off. Easton will take the drop. They're going to say this one's coming out of the zone. So right in front of us, Easton will take the face-off with Preston and AJ as his wings. It's going to be Josh having to go get the puck below the goal line. Crewing on the far side D as Josh twists that to Preston. Preston not able to settle it on the first attempt. Back to Josh with under 10 seconds. He gets it across to AJ with 5, 4, and AJ makes it a 2-2 game with 3 seconds left in this first period. We've got a fresh set. Tigers playing to the final whistle. I believe that's Josh to, I'm not sure who had it actually that sent it up to AJ, but that's an AJ goal to tie this thing at the end of the first period.
Good job, Tigers!
Puck is dropped, one back by Lafayette, and that will do it for this action-packed first period. Lafayette took that 2-0 lead. The boys aren't hanging their heads, and you love to see the transition from early in the season when even a 1-goal deficit a lot of times would quickly turn into a 3-goal deficit for this squad. They've really come together as a unit. The coaches have them understanding that a game's not over until that last horn sounds. And so here we go into the second period after a goal from Colton, a goal from AJ, with a fresh match tied 2-2. Jalen will head back to the crease to protect the pipes for us here again in the second period. It's going to be Hunter on your near side wing, Colton on your far side wing, Henry as your center with Crewin. Back on defense joined by Josh. Puck won back by Henry, overskated a bit by Hunter, but he got a stick on it briefly. Made the attempt to slow the puck carrier. They'll go up the near side boards. He drags, loses the puck there with a little bit of pressure from Cruin. He twists it back to the blue line, dumped back into the zone by Lafayette. They'll work below the goal line, pressured there by Josh. And trying to work it in so they can get that centering pass from behind the net are the Locomotives, but a bunch of traffic as the puck finds its way to the far side corner. Cruin goes and gets it. Sent up the near boards to Hunter. Hunter able to collect it, get the zone for these Tigers. He sends it toward the net, sticked behind and below the goal line by the Lafayette goalie. Brought back near side by the Lafayette defenseman. Cruin loses his feet, but pops right back up. That goes all the way down, and that will be an icing with 15:03 in the second period. 2-2 match. Coach sending out AJ as a wing. Easton will be your center. Preston will be on the near side wing. Pie Man back on defense, joined by Marshall. Easton twists that toward the boards onto the stick of the Lafayette player. Preston able to come back and get the puck. Puck does find its way out of the zone. Preston has to go pick up his stick, so Pie Man buying some time. Now onto AJ's stick. He lifts it into the zone, but sent it right back out by Lafayette, who gets it down and dumps it into the zone. That player will go for a change for Lafayette as Marshall skates it to the far side. Can't get it out of the zone, Ken Marshall. Preston there to try and keep it at least high in the zone for the Tigers and get the puck out eventually. Lafayette able to kick it loose, but Preston eventually able to lift that down, and that will not make it all the way for an icing. Preston going for a change. AJ working in the corner, able to get it, but not through traffic. Second Tiger there is Jack. He jams at it, but can't get it through traffic. Now Lafayette sending it the other way. AJ knocks that player off the stick, but he's able to turn and get it back. Out of the zone for Lafayette. They'll have to regroup here at center ice. Puck does gain the zone through the skates of the Tiger player, backhanded out of the zone by Easton and worked up the boards by Jack. Easton has to wait there as Jack was offsides. Jack able to shovel that in and get in the way briefly. Now sent all the way down the ice, and that will likely be an icing, and will with 13:35 in this second period. 2-2 match between this Lafayette Locomotive squad and your Colorado Springs Tigers. Jared back on defense with Tate. Coach is going to switch sides for them. It's Marshall on the Miles on the boards at wing. Henry taking the face-off with Brody in front of the net. Puck comes loose, comes through on the stick of a Locomotive player. It's a 2-2 matchup here. Steered wide by Tate was the Locomotive puck carrier. He has to go all the way below the goal line. He finds his space on the other side, gets it across to his defenseman. Tate able to kick that puck into the corner. It comes up the near side boards where Henry is able to collect it and head up ice with speed. He sends it in wide to the near side. Shot came from outside the blue, from across the blue line. You'd like to see him gain the zone here. But now Tate again steering the puck carrier there as Lafayette is resetting. Missing on the one-timer there was Lafayette. Jared backhands it up to Steven. Steven bringing it up the near boards. He's got Brody and Jared there helping him out. Brody able to scoop it out, and that's going to be Pie Man lifting it out, or Tate possibly lifting it out of the zone. Battle here at center ice. Puck comes up the near side boards all the way back to the Lafayette player, sent up off the glass where Jared's going to have to go get it. Ref says no. Jared twists it back this direction, sends it up to the waiting Brody. Brody sends it to Miles, who's going to send it into the zone and go for a change as Lafayette's goalie sticks that into the far corner. Tigers on the change. Lafayette makes the cross-ice pass here. They were looking for that stretch pass, but it wasn't there, so number 64 able to gain. He misses, hits the post on the near side here of the cage. Puck finally twisted out of the zone. Gavin pressuring on the near boards. Pressure now picked up by Steven. Taking it wide far side is number 64, and he makes it through clean. He puts that up off the top of the cage, and that's an easy goal for their all-star, making this 3-2 in favor of the Locomotives with 11:44 in this second period. It's hard to change in a second. Hunter's going to be your near side wing as the Tigers battle again from behind in this match. Easton will take the face-off with Colton on his far side wing. Cruin on defense with Josh. Puck is sent up the near side boards where Cruin gathers it, but then it bounces, so he can't get it out of the zone. Lafayette setting up, twisting in the corner, but a bunch of Tigers pressuring. Does make its way to the blue line, gloved down by Lafayette. Makes the first move. Does not get through there for Lafayette. Tries a centering pass, makes it all the way to the far side boards, but they're able to jam it back into the corner. Cruin steps up and takes away time and space so that Easton can get it and shovel it backhand to Colton on the far side. Colton riding that defenseman. And a good play by Colton there as Hunter able to join the action and trying to get the puck below the goal line for the Tigers. It's Hunter and 3 Lafayette Locomotives. Hunter twists that off the side of the cage and it comes all the way up to the top of the zone and eventually out for Lafayette. Easton on the back check here is able to get there and shove it to the boards so Josh can turn and bring it up ice for the Tigers. Josh able to get it through center of the ice, taps it across to Colton, who's going to dump and change. Pieman is out on defense with Marshall. The stretch pass there for Lafayette, one of their plays they like to run, part of their system for sure. They gain the zone, but Brody goes in and with a solid effort able to send that in, and that's offsides with 10:17 in the second period. Your Tigers trailing 2-3. Faceoff is going to come to center ice on that. So AJ will be your near side wing. It's going to be Henry in at center with Preston on the far side. Pieman back on defense with Marshall. Puck stays where it's at. Preston goes in and gets it, taps it back to Marshall. Marshall tried to get that across to his defensive line mate, couldn't do it, so the Tigers having to recover a little bit there. AJ got it out to Henry. Henry got it out of the zone, but here comes Lafayette yet again. They'll send it into the zone, and that's going to be Marshall having to go get it below the goal line. Takes the contact, but gets it across to Pieman. Does find its way to the Lafayette D-man, but blocking that shot is Henry, and he'll go the other direction for the Tigers. He gains the zone. Far side, turns, looks center, sends it into traffic and off the leg of Preston. Lafayette just going to get that out. This is Tate retreating to go get it. Refs say no icing there. Sent across to Jared. Jared's going to skate it up ice, twist it across onto the stick of the Locomotive player waiting in the neutral zone. Can't find space there. Ken, number 64. So he sends it up the near side boards. Steven works to get it pinned to those boards. He's got AJ and Tate there waiting for that puck to come loose. Steven battling, and AJ able to finally scoop that out. He sends it in from across the blue line, and he's going to go for a change. Miles working in the far side corner as Steven stays on, and he'll continue the pressure. Tate near side D. This is Brody able to step in there and hold the zone briefly for the Tigers. Comes back up as far as the blue line, now out, and there go Lafayette the other direction. On the ice for the Tigers is Easton. That's Jared losing his skates, and Lafayette taking advantage, sending that glove side high to make this 2-4 for the Tigers in favor of the Lafayette Locomotives. It's going to be Hunter on your near side wing, Colton on your far side wing, Easton taking the drop, Josh back on the far side blue line with Cruin right near you. 8:39 left in this second period. Tigers have been in a 2-goal hole before in this game. Let's see what they can do to come back again. as this is Easton able to get it to Hunter. Hunter takes the shot, and the goalie lost track of that one, but he was able to make the save. Almost got it through under the goalie's arm there was Hunter. You'd like to see him try and take that in a little bit further, but man, that almost snuck in. With 8:26 in this second period, Tigers trying to get it back. It's Colton pressuring, making Lafayette send it up those far boards. They'll twist it back, and another Tiger losing their skates as that's sent in, and a good quality opportunity from up high by Easton. Again, gloved down by Lafayette with 8:15 in the second period. It's going to be Gavin out on the wing, joined by Jack. Your faceoff is going to be taken by Henry. Kruin and Josh are your defensemen. Puck is one to the boards where Gavin sends it below the goal line. This is going to be Jack going to get it in the near corner. He gets pinched off of the play, but Henry able to get in there and send it back toward Jack, who's still pinned to the boards. He does finally get off the boards, and so Jack and Henry working on the boards here. Puck does come loose onto the stick of a Lafayette player. Josh gets it. Josh sends it through traffic, finds its way to the goalie, but the goalie able to make the save. Puck loose. Henry's got it on the far side boards, gets it to Gavin, takes a look, sends it to Kruin. Kruin sends it in on net, and having to battle that's loose under the goalie, but they blow the whistle. 7:38 in this second period. Your Tigers are going to have a face-off in front of the net. Tiger did jam at it after the whistle. Puck didn't go in. So loose puck wouldn't have mattered anyway. Hunter on your near side wing, Colton in front of that. That's Easton taking the faceoff, getting tied up as Jack's back on the blue line with Marshall. This is Hunter working, twisting. Great pass here. Colton sweeps it at the net. Goalie luckily able to make the save on a quick shot there. Hunter loses his skates on the board. Colton anticipates the contact. Stayed upright for the beginning, but now here comes number 64 again. He shoots. Jalen able to make the save on that backdoor attempt with 7:12 left in this second period to keep it a 2-goal lead for the Locomotives. Jared headed out on defense, joined by Tate. We're going to keep Hunter, Easton, and Colton in as your forward line. Easton wins that to the boards. Tied up there is Tate. So the Tigers able to skate over as those two were tangled up. Colton has it at center ice. Can't quite control it into the zone, so he'll just send it in deep. Hunter working in the corner. The pressure helps as Easton able to skate in. Now sent out to the blue line. Tate gloves that down and takes a shot. Good redirect there in front by Easton. Had a chance, but the goalie able to make the save. Puck does find its way to center ice and now dumped into the zone by the Locomotives. Jared going to work in the corner. Twists it to Tate on the near boards. Tate chips that up but not out. That puck sent higher than that by Lafayette. Rims around to the far side where Jared's going to go work along the boards. Lafayette comes away with it below the goal line. They send it toward the front of the net from below the goal line, but sent back out by the Tigers. Colton able to get it out across center ice. Now AJ gaining the blue line, gets it past the first man. Second man able to knock it off his stick. AJ now still working below the goal line. Finds its way into the corner where Stevens picking up the pressure. Colton goes for a change, so it's AJ and Steven working, sent around near side by Lafayette. Kruin able to hold the zone and send it back deep for the Tigers where Stevens working in the corner. Preston able to pick up the puck. Loosely sent to the center. Preston gets the shot, and the goalie has to get that one kicked out to the side and into his glove with 5:51 in this second period. Your Tigers down 2-4. Kruin back on defense with Josh. It's going to stay Steven as your center with Preston on the boards at wing, AJ in front of the net. Steven wins that back. AJ taps it to Kruin, Josh. Josh able to take that low. AJ will cycle back into his slot. Josh working below the net. That was Steven working below the net. Tries to twist it to Josh in front. Preston takes the shot and again gloved dead by Lafayette. He had to work, did their goalie to get that puck covered up. 5:34. These Tigers are hungry to get one of those 2 goals back right here. Puck stays. AJ gets it. Quick shot, and that'll go in. 5-hole. AJ with his second goal of the game makes it 3-4 with 5:33 left in this game. It's going to be Steven assist to AJ. Steven able to just tap it toward the net by a couple feet. AJ skates in to get it and throws it real quick through the 5-hole of the goalie to cut that lead to 1 goal for Lafayette. It's going to be Brody on your near side wing. Henry taking the face-off with Miles on the far side. Josh on defense with Cruin. As that puck's bouncing around at the center of the ice, Lafayette makes a pass that Brody's able to pick up and gain the zone for the Tigers, though he only gets as far as the middle. And it sounds like we got a whistle, I guess maybe an offsides. 5:20 left in this second period. I believe that was going to be an offsides there, so we'll try from just outside the Tigers zone. Puck does find its way into the zone, but on the stick of a Locomotive. He sends it down to the other end of the ice. Cruin twists it right back up into the neutral zone. Battling there was Brody. Finds its way to Cruin, is going to send it to the far side. Up and out by Miles. Miles finds Brody on this near side. Brody sends it in a good kick save. That's going to be a trip on these Lafayette Locomotives. Henry's working. Tigers could have the man advantage, but Jalen does not see it. Now Jalen does, so Josh working. And finally, Lafayette able to touch that up with 4:46 in this second period. Your Tigers headed to the man advantage, down 1 goal, looking for the equalizer on the power play. For the power play, coach changing up the first line a little bit. It's going to be Colton taking the face off with Miles in front of the net. AJ on the far side wing. Cruin back on defense, joined by Pieman. As the puck is in front of the net, Lafayette turned to get it out. AJ makes the first move. AJ makes the second move, loses it. Pieman going to get it back at the blue line. He loads up, sends it in to the waiting glove of the goalie. But a good start to this power play with 4:34 left in the second period, 1:48 left on the penalty. Puck won to AJ, but Lafayette able to get there quicker. He's battling on the boards is AJ Colton. Now Colton comes away with it. Colton tries a centering pass to Miles, but can't connect there. Miles works on these near boards to try and create some time and space. AJ joins the action, trying to pull that puck out. Lafayette able to get it finally across the blue line where Pieman was waiting. He's going to regain the zone for your Tigers. He had Colton but did not see him. Colton would have been able to slam that one home. Pieman wants the goal. That one deflected up high of the net. Miles twists that to AJ, and AJ misses just wide near side. Colton has time and space. He'll send that back to Pieman. And the net knocked off its pegs, so we'll have a face-off with 1:02 left on the penalty, 3:48 left in this second period. Your Tigers down by 1 goal. Tigers are going to send out Steven for the face-off. Easton's going to be in front of the net. Might change up here. Looks like Brody going to be on the far side wing. Easton in front of the net. Steven on the face-off. Josh back on defense, joined by Henry, I believe, who has the puck, makes the move. Tries to shovel it in deep, stick lifted, but Henry stays with it, gets it below the goal line, now pinned to the boards below the goal line. He's got Steven helping him out. Steven able to sweep it near side, but Lafayette first there. Overskated there by Easton briefly as we count to 43 seconds. Steven has the puck on his stick, takes the shot. It's loose in front, still loose, and the refs lose sight of it, so call it dead with 37 seconds left on the power play for the Tigers. 3:23 in this second period. Your Tigers trying to battle to find that equalizer. Puck bounces around, finds its way in where the goalie is going to glove that dead with 34 seconds now left on the power play for your Tigers. 3:20 left on the clock. Steven had 2 goals in his last game against this team back on the Saturday. He'd love to have at least one right here to tie it back up for his squad. Puck stays where it's at. Lafayette able to skate in, but Steven goes and gets it, finds its way to the far side corner where Steven goes and gets pinched off the play. Henry comes in to help out, as does a third Tiger trying to help. Puck comes out with some power and able to skate it up to center ice is Lafayette as we count to 13 seconds on the power play. Tigers hope to regain the zone. This is Easton gaining the blue line. He's going to take his time. And a quick turn and shot there by Brody. Gogley able to save that. Colton sends it back to Henry. Henry sends it wide far side. Bounces off the backboard, sent up the near glass, and that'll go all the way down. They say no icing. We are full strength here as the Tigers are going to have to go the length of the ice. Couldn't capitalize on the power play. Could Lafayette. AJ's working there, loses his skates. Sent up the boards where Easton's now working. Puck comes across the blue line, but not deep into the zone. Easton trying to prevent it from getting any further. Lafayette finally able to get it down below the goal line, loses his skates, and that's going to come all the way out of the zone for Lafayette. This is Colton working in the neutral zone. Easton can't bat that one down. Sent down the ice by Josh, where AJ knocks it off the puck carrier's stick, takes the shot, sent into the corner there. AJ twists it to Colton. Colton with a quick shot, kicked wide by the goalie. Couple of good opportunities here for the Tigers based on effort. Colton loses his skates, so rough ice out there. Players falling down all over the place, but this is going to be AJ bringing it back to the center. He takes a shot right into the goalie of the Lafayette Locomotive. Takes a tough angle there, and the goalie's going to glove that dead with 1:31. AJ is hungry for the hat trick today. He's going to keep sending the puck toward the crease. Steven set to take the face-off. Gavin on your near side wing, Hunter on the far side. Pieman back protecting the blue line with Marshall. Twisting it into the corner there. Lafayette will now send it to the far side. No Tigers there waiting for it. Steven checks hard across the ice, able to get there and create some chaos. Eventually Lafayette able to gain that blue zone with a bunch of Tigers skating backwards. Does come up the near boards where Hunter is able to twist it out to Steven. Steven's going to gain the zone, and he takes the shot right into the gut of the goalie with 1:06 in this second period. These Tigers really want to get this game back in hand. Coach will send out Henry to take this drop. Miles in front of the net with Brody on the far side. Pieman back on the blue line still with Marshall. That puck backhanded toward the net by a Lafayette player, where it's gloved dead. There was a horn, not sure why. Ref talking at center ice. It's all sorted out, and here we go again. Able to get the puck briefly was Brody. Now Henry able to scoot it back the right direction for the Tigers. He gets it below the goal line, takes some pressure, but Brody able to step up and get the puck back the other direction. Rimmed around here by Lafayette, where Marshall will send it right back deep. We are under minute to play, 43 seconds left in this second period. Brody working And now onto the stick. That is Brody actually working in the corner. This is Henry that was below. So Henry keeps his cool as Lafayette sends that all the way down for an icing with 27 seconds left in this second period. Both squads will make full changes. Tigers getting a face-off in their offensive zone. It's going to be Henry staying in at center, Miles at wing, Brody on your near side wing here. Back on defense, it's going to be Jared and Josh. Puck one to the boards. Brody steps in and jams it into the corner. Josh able to hold it at the blue line, finds Henry in the center of the ice, but Henry can't get it much further in there. Held at the blue line briefly by Jared, finally does come out. Twisted up the far side boards. Brody going to work there. Comes back to the opposite blue line onto the stick of Jared, who's going to jam it up the near boards, but sent into the zone with 3, 2, 1, and that will do it for the second period of action. Your Tigers will head into the third, down 1 goal, 3-4. Big.
That'd be helpful. Might have to buy him a second cap. I feel like they're playing a lot more.
Jalen back between the pipes. He's clear head, ready to go. Out to start this third and final frame, it's going to be Colton on your near side wing. It's going to be Hunter on your far side wing. Easton will take the opening face off of the third frame. Marshall back on defense, joined by Pyman. Lafayette taking as much time as these refs will allow them to have. Refs will check the goalies and make sure they're all set. They say yes. He checks the scorekeepers. They say yes. Here we go. One back by Lafayette. They'll send it up those far side boards. Hunter pressures, though, and so Lafayette will have to make a second attempt to send the puck the other direction. They dump it, but Marshall keeps it from getting into the zone. Finally are able to gain the zone are the Locomotives, met there by Pyman. Sent back to the blue line. Colton not able to get in front of that, but Marshall sends it harmlessly into the far corner. This is Hunter sending it to Easton. Easton kicks it up to Colton, who gains the zone for your Tigers. Colton back to Easton. Easton can't get the shot off, but the puck's still there. He collects, turns that, deflected up high over the top of the net, so a good opportunity there for the Tigers, just deflected off a stick. Coming through center ice is Lafayette, but Easton shrugs that player off. This is Marshall gaining the zone for your Tigers as your forwards make a change. Coming the other direction is our friend number 64. He's met at center ice briefly by AJ, caught a little bit flat-footed. Centering pass made, Jalen able to cover that up. Colton and Marshall going to go for a change. It's going to be Jared out on defense, AJ out on a wing. Looks like Henry at center, Tate on defense. Probably Preston is your other wing there. Puck dropped, stays where it's at, shoveled below the goal line by Henry. Puck comes up dangerous in front, but Preston finally able to corral it, and here goes AJ. He's got two men in front of him. He takes the shot from way up high in the zone. You'd like him to take that deeper, but he got us a face-off in front of the net. Coach is going to make the change up front. It's going to be Steven in at center. It's going to be Gavin and Jack as your wings. Tate and Jared will stay as your defensemen. Tying up at center there is Steven. Puck stays there as well, and that's going to find its way to the goalie, who's just going to cover that, and we'll try again. Again, Steven twisting and turning to protect the puck and hope one of his teammates can come in and get it. Does get kicked to those far boards and swept out of the zone. Jared just able to sweep that back the other direction for the Tigers, where Jack is working along the boards along with Steven to try and get it out. On the right half of the ice for the Tigers, does come into the zone, and Steven with a quality effort there, able to get it in. Deep for the Tigers. Jack on the second effort, able to keep the puck in a dangerous area. Gavin can't get a good stick on it to get a shot. Good opportunity on the back door. The goalie had come across. Gavin's stick got tangled up in the goalie there. But as we're on the other end of the ice, this is now Steven. Good pass there made by his teammate. Steven takes the shot, blocker side, blockered out to the near boards by the goalie. Goes below the goal line as Steven goes for a change. The Lafayette squad makes the cross ice pass, met there. Able to avoid the icing with the tap. This is Josh coming up ice, so a lot of fast action here to start this third period. Josh able to gain the zone as a couple of Tigers are making a change. He's got Henry helping cover for him on the blue line. That's Preston, I believe, on the far side wing, but does come out and now the other direction for Lafayette. And Jalen's going to glove that one dead with 13-12 in this third period. Tigers need an equalizer. Josh out on defense. It's going to be, I believe, Preston and AJ as your wings. Looks like Henry as your center. Cruin on the far side wing. AJ tried to skate through, couldn't take the puck with him. That puck comes up to the blue line, but not across it, so zone held for the Locomotives. Shot goes up high into the netting behind, and we'll have another face-off. 13 minutes left in the third. Your Tigers are behind in this one, 3-4. Hoping to get it to the other end for an equalizer. Puck jammed into the back corner. Cruin gets it and pokes it a little bit further along the goal line, but the Locomotive player able to get it. Dangerous there. And Jalen able to keep that out of the net with 12:50 in this third period. Dangerous play. Tigers got to keep moving their feet here. Coach is going to make a change up front as we're letting the Lafayette squad win the puck too easy. It's going to be Easton in at center, Brody and Miles as your wings. Josh will be your near side D. Cruin stays on that far side D. 12:50 left in the third period. Puck jammed toward the net. Josh able to sweep it harmlessly to the far side. Gets it up the near boards to Miles, who can't quite handle it. Puck is pinned there, and Easton able to finally jam it up the boards and out of the zone. He's got Brody to his left, sees him but can't get it through. Brody comes and gets it anyway, skates it below the goal line, takes the contact where Miles is waiting to try and help out. That comes up the far side corner. Easton loses his skates, twisted back to Cruin, who's going to pass it back up to Easton. Easton jams it below the goal line where Miles is going to go and try and make a centering pass. Can't, but Easton steps up to it, sent off his stick. Lafayette sends it back to, Lafayette sent it back to Cruin there. Cruin took the shot, didn't get through traffic. Miles working to pull that off the boards. Brody pinched to the boards. And Lafayette comes away with it, gets it up as far as center ice, but backhands across to Cruin, who's going to skate it into the zone. Knocked off his stick, but picked up by Easton, who can't get it through the legs of the traffic in front of him, so he'll just sweep it below the goal line and rim it around. Brody's going to have to go pick up the effort there. Can't get to it, but forces the puck to come back to Cruin, who throws it into the zone. Brody's going to tap that across near side. He's going to go for a change after a good long shift, but a good shift, the emphasis there. Colton now fresh onto the ice for the Tiger, going to step to the puck and get it off the boards. He twists it towards center now to Marshall, who shoots, hits traffic in front of the net. Your Tigers swarming here. Now this one shot by Pie Man was going to go high, but the Lafayette goalie wants to settle things down a little bit with 11:15 left in this match. The Tigers were putting in some effort there. So we'll slow things down for a second. It's going to be Steven taking the face-off with Hunter in front of the net. We've got Colton on the near side wing. Marshall back on defense with Pie Man. Quick shot there, does go wide far side. Lafayette able to pick it up, send it as far as the blue line, and now skate it out. That will be an offsides. Steven set to take this drop. Colton on your near side wing. Does come toward Colton. Colton's going to battle and does pick up the puck on the second effort there. Stick lift so he can't get the shot off, but Hunter's going to go get it. He makes the centering pass. Pinball shot almost finds its way through. Battle in front, blown dead with 10:52 in the third period. Coach likes what he sees from the effort of this line right now, so Steven will stay with the faceoff. Hunter on the far side wing, Colton on the near side. It's Marshall back on the blue line with, I think, Pie Man. As Lafayette has this puck below the goal line, they'll send it up to the near side boards, and it's able to squirt out there. Lafayette might be the first one there. Marshall back checks hard to cut off any opportunity and rides the player into the corner. Still battling is Marshall. He twists it, but to the waiting number 64, who's going to be able to skate and create some space. Pass across doesn't connect, so Lafayette going to have to regroup as Steven goes for a change. Sent across to this near side for number 64. Marshall working to slow him down. Jalen able to blocker that one up and out. This is Marshall working in the corner. Now sent across to the blue line for Lafayette. That's sent wide far side. Working below the goal line there is Marshall. Good pass out works, and Jalen's going to glove that one dead with 10:02. Tigers had their chance on the other end this turn. This time it was Lafayette's, but the Tigers stand strong to keep it just a one-goal deficit at this point. Steven out to take, I'm not sure who that is. We've got Tate and Jared back on defense. We've got Jack and Gavin as your wings, as that faceoff was won by Henry to Jared. Jared sends it around to Tate. Tate gets it up as far as the faceoff dot on the near side. Puck jammed back to the defense and batted down in front. Puck goes wide far side. Jared working now on that far side to get the puck out onto the puck of Gavin. Gavin tries to get it out, and finally Henry able to settle the puck and skate it through center ice. He gets it across and dumps it into the zone. A lot of tired legs out there, as this is the second game of the day. You can tell there's some fatigue setting in, but we need some second wind to get the tying goal in this match to have any chance at really making noise in this tournament. Jammed back into the corner as Jack goes for a change, as does Henry. Onto the ice is Preston and Easton as Lafayette comes the other direction. Jared trying to slow down the puck carrier, and does. He'll rub off the puck carrier and get the puck himself. He skates it up center ice, sends it across to the boards for Gavin, who's going to dump it up further, and he'll change. AJ onto the ice for him. Lafayette sends it to center ice. It bounces back to Tate. Tate lifts it across to Preston on the near side. He tries to jam it out for Easton. Easton can't get there, but AJ can. AJ takes it far side, finds Preston in front, and that just off the goalie's shoulder and up into the netting behind. Great pass by AJ. Preston almost had the equalizer there. Fantastic opportunity created with a beautiful pass. It's Easton on the faceoff. AJ on the near side boards Preston on the far side as that puck is won to the near side by Lafayette. They'll rim it around now to the far side where Cruin's going to go try and get the puck. Neither one of those players plays the puck, but it works out for the Tigers as it stays in the zone, rimmed back around near side where AJ is going to pick up the effort. He comes away with the puck briefly. And now jammed out and across the blue line, shoveled in and lifted up and out of play. That faceoff will come to center ice with 8:09 in this third period. Tigers trying to find the tying goal.
Come on, Tigers,
Coach going to
you
leave
got this.
AJ out on the far side wing, Preston on the near side, Easton in at center. It's going to be Josh back on defense with Cruin. That puck won back by Lafayette. They'll make the DDD pass there and send it up. It was tapped, so no icing. Cruin's going to have to go get it below the Tigers' goal line. He sweeps it across to Josh, who twists it up to Preston.
Stay down. You stay down.
Cruin is hurt behind the play. We have advantage, so they'll let play go on. Easton twists it to center ice. Cruin does get up, and he's getting off the ice finally. Hoped he's okay as he took a bad spill. Marshall on for him. The shot gets through Marshall. Jalen smothers that with 7:38 in this third period. It's going to be Miles in it forward with Brody. It's going to be Steven taking the face off. Marshall on your near side defense. Jax is your defense in front of the net. Lafayette turns it back again, leaves it for the defenseman who sends it up the near boards. Now centering pass high in the zone. He'll twist. He's got room on that side. He takes it, gets it into center ice. Jalen there waiting. Keeps it a 1-goal deficit for now, but these Tigers need to get possession of the puck. Back door was there. Jalen moving well to take that away. Marshall takes the hit behind the play, and that's going to be a penalty hit to the head on Lafayette. So your Tigers again will head to the man advantage as that hit was up high with 7:09 in the third period. Tigers going to have to take advantage of this man advantage in the third period to tie the game. We'll have 2 minutes to try and tie it up. Coach leaving Steven out there. He's going to have Brody. This looks like our standard power play 1 unit. It's going to be Josh back on, Henry and Josh back on defense. It's going to be Steven taking the face off with Easton in front of the net and Brody on the far side wing. Boys on the backside were creeping in a little quick, so they're going to say try again. Steven ties him up. Brody skated in. Puck is there, but nobody can get it clean. This is now Easton working in the corner, jams it along the goal line behind the net. Steven gets it, looking for someone to get it to, reverses direction, takes the hit there. This is Brody trying to step up and get it, but Lafayette able to possess. Beats the player, but Steven never one to give up, able to flash in and hold the zone there for the Tigers in the moment. Gets onto the blue line. Steven shovels it back in, and he'll go for a change. Lifted out by Lafayette. AJ takes the place of Steven. He's got the puck. He comes up those far side boards, gains the zone. Pestered there. There's a stick on the ice. Not sure whose it is, but AJ loses possession. Held at the blue line there by Josh. AJ able to step in. He's got it in the corner, makes the centering pass, but can't get it past to Henry. Lafayette not able to control that and get it out. So Henry working to buy some space, holds the zone, finds Easton on the far side. Easton shovels that at the net and covered up by the goalie with 6:04 in the third period. 55 seconds left on the power play for your Tigers. Looks like AJ and Miles are going to stay out as your wings. Colton's going to step in as your center. Marshall's going to be back on the blue line with Pieman. Puck one to a Lafayette player who skates it to the near side boards and sent all the way down for an icing. 46 seconds left on the power play, 5:55, all fives on the clock in regards to time in this third period and in this game. Pucks one to the near side boards. Lafayette will turn it below the goal line. They're just going to try and eat time. They rim it around that far side where Marshall's going to have to try and jam it deep. It does go up out of play into the Lafayette bench. And they say the faceoff will stay in the zone. Colton set to take the face-off. Could use a win here. Does win back into the corner in favor of Lafayette, but Miles goes to try and jam it there. Sent all the way down the boards, and that'll again go for an icing. Each of those eats about 8 seconds, so they're happy to keep doing it. Tigers on the man advantage for 26 more seconds. Coach says, not enough done there. Let's see if a new group can do it. It's going to be, looks like power play 1 back out onto the ice. Brody on the far side wing, Easton on the near side wing. Henry and it's going to be Easton taking the face-off. Henry near side wing. We sent Pyman and Josh on defense. Puck makes its way below the goal line. Brody goes and gets it, reverses direction, trying to get it to the center, jammed out to the near boards where Pyman steps up to get it. Brody eventually gets it, sends it across to Henry. Henry sweeps the puck, loses it. Josh hammers it into traffic. And we're at 7-6-5 now on the power play. Pyman loses the puck there, and we are back to 5-on-5 hockey with 5:06 left in this match. This is Josh, the Lafayette player, loses his feet behind the play. A couple of Tigers making a change, though, so the extra skater there wouldn't have mattered. Easton has the puck on the near side boards, but bodied off there. Cross ice packs works for Lafayette, but Josh there waiting. Lafayette player able to get around him, but Jalen able to make the save with 4:43 in this third period. Your Tigers behind 3-4. It's going to be Colton, Hunter, and Steven out up front. Tate and Jared will be your defensemen to try and get the puck down to the other end of the ice and create some chances. Puck stays where it's at. Bunch of skaters go in to get it. Finally, Jared sweeps it across from the corner to Tate on the near side. Colton taps it up to the blue line and dumped back in by Lafayette. Jared gets it, twists it back near side. Lafayette was there waiting. Does come out onto the stick of Tate. Colton now able to get it across center ice and just trying to get through traffic. He does, gets it into the corner, sweeps it toward the net, but the Lafayette player able to skate in there. They rim it around near side. Colton able to sweep it out. He winds up, and that dangerous shot, goalie had it on his glove, but then did go up over the net on the far side. Just under 4 minutes to play. Lafayette has possession. They're trying the stretch pass, and that goes all the way down, hit a couple players, so no icing there. Jared is going to tie up the Lafayette player that's on that other end. Centering pass can't connect there. This is Hunter having to go to work. Scared of the shot there a little bit. He turned his back, which is the wrong thing to do. But here goes Hunter, gets the puck to Henry and goes for a change. Tate back on defense as Henry working to hold the zone for the Tigers. He flashes into the play there. He's got Preston and AJ on the ice with him. Preston working. Henry loses his feet, pops right back up. Lafayette again trying to set up that stretch pass. Sticked down by Preston. AJ able to gather the puck, takes the shot, blockered out into the corner. Henry going for the change. Preston has the puck below the goal line, turns back. He's in a 2-on-1 battle. AJ floats in to try and scoop the puck loose, does. He gets pressured right away and finally does come out and all the way down the ice with 3 minutes left. That'll be an icing, 2:48 in this third period. Your Tigers down 3-4. Timeout taken by your Tigers. They're going to talk it over, let the boys catch their breath, and see what we can do to come away with a goal in the very near future. Always attention to details. Coach Johnny just came over and asked these refs, what side is the face-off on? So as they get set to draw something on the board and tell the boys where to go, they want to make sure everybody's lined up exactly where they need to be to give us the opportunity to try and tie this thing up with 2:48 in the third period. It's been a hard-fought effort. These boys have continued to try and battle back. Coach going to send out Colton, Steven, Josh back on defense with Pyman. Looks like Henry is going to be your wing in front of the net. Steven ties it up, loses his feet. Colton skates in on the boards here to try and get it out. Does find its way to Josh, who just tries to jam it back deep. This is Henry working in the far side corner. Now Henry and Steven working. Puck does come out and Lafayette able to control it. They'll send it all the way down for an icing with 2:24 left in the third period. An extra second ticked off, so 2:23. Coach will leave those 5 out there. It will still be Pyman and Josh out for the defense. It'll be Henry, Steven, and Colton on up front. Henry sends Steven off to the wing. Puck dropped, bounces back, but Steven flashes in and jams that toward the net, misses wide far side. And Lafayette again just going to sweep that all the way down for an icing with 2:14 in this third period.
Hold the zone, Tigers!
Puck stays where it's at. Steven flashes in and peels it out, but knocked off his stick by Lafayette, who will again send it for an icing, and that'll be 2:05 left in this third period. And with the face-off on the far end of the ice, coach is going to pull Jalen. It will be an empty net effort. Easton sent out as our 6th skater. Puck one into the corner. They'll rim it around near side where Colton's going to turn and look. Colton able to turn. Lafayette comes away with it. They try and slam it up the boards, but hit it into Colton instead. Twisting it in front are the Tigers. Easton can't connect. Pyman holds the blue line there, sends it toward the goal. Easton loses his skates in front. Twists it back near side. Colton tries to twist it out to Steven into the skates of the Lafayette player. Josh jams it back up the near boards. Lafayette sends it all the way down and score to make it 5-3 in their favor with 1:25 left in this third period. Sending out the 6th man didn't help the Tigers in this instance. They're going to send Jalen back into the net. Nothing really came together in that 6-on-5 effort for your Tigers. Puck was bouncing all over, but never really created an opportunity you might like to see. But to try and finish up, it's Brody taking the face-off. AJ and Miles as the wings. Jared back on defense with Josh. Gaining the zone was Miles. He twisted across for Brody. Brody takes the contact there in the corner. Lafayette comes away with it below the goal line, but Miles knocks him off the puck. He's able to get back up and head the other way. This is AJ with the back check. Sticked through center ice, jammed back up the near boards, and they're just trying to get it deep as Lafayette is. We're under 1 minute. Jared skating below the goal line. Gets it into the skates of a Lafayette player. Now Lafayette has the puck. Jalen has to fight that off, and jamming at it is Lafayette. This is Brody coming up the other direction with 40 seconds on the clock. He's going to take it himself, finally sends to AJ up at the blue line. AJ gets it deep, sends it wide. That's going to be blockered out to the near side by the Lafayette goalie. Cross-ice pass can't connect there as we count to 25 seconds in this game. AJ gets it. He'll hammer it in deep on net, and he'll go for a change, and that will likely do it as we count to 15 seconds left in this match. Jared skating back to get the puck, looks over his shoulder, sends it up to Hunter, comes up the near side boards where Easton has it. Tate able to gain the zone one last time, and that will do it. Nothing to hang your heads about too much. You could tell some fatigue set in that third period and just couldn't get it back, could your Tigers. So with 2 losses in this tournament, tomorrow's game is probably academic, but we would like to come away with a win and some momentum. What we have seen is our Tigers are playing their best hockey here as the season progresses. We've still got a President's Day tournament coming up ahead of state to finish it all off. And so let's see if we can set the ship in the right direction against Arvada tomorrow at 2:10, same place here at South Suburban. Have a great night.